The developer ecosystem is the key to our collective success. Your creativity, your dedication, and your ingenuity are the driving force behind our growth. Together, we are building a future where we are all feel proud. Thank you so much for being an important part of this journey.
Hello, and welcome to Zoom's second annual Developer Summit. We are so excited to have you join us today. My name is Amanda, and I'm part of our product marketing team here at Zoom. And as you saw from the video just now, our theme for this year's summit is Building Together, Unleashing the Power of Zoom Developers. We're so thrilled to see hundreds of attendees all over the world gathered virtually here today to ideate, build, and innovate together. We've got an action-packed agenda set for you, including 15 breakout sessions with technical experts on our Zoom developer platform. We hope you'll gain more insights to practically implement our developer solutions and feel inspired to build apps and integrations across different use cases and verticals. Before we begin, since many of the topics that we will be discussing throughout the summit today may be forward-looking or conceptual, please take a brief moment to review the Safe Harbor statement. And now, to kick things off, I'd like to introduce our Chief Ecosystem Officer, Brendan Ittleson.
Thank you, Amanda. Companies continually evolve and expand, ultimately to serve their customers better, quicker, and easier, moving fast enough to help their customers solve their challenges and even create new opportunities they were not thinking about. One important cycle that we as developers and IT admins manage is making sure our tech stack evolves as well to meet the needs of the business. As developers, you know this best. Employees need workflow and process that is easy to use, has a small learning curve, and allows them to focus on the work rather than taking time to ask, how do I use this program? We at Zoom have to ensure that we provide you not only with world-class solutions like meetings, phone, chat, and contact center, but also with a developer ecosystem that affords you the choices and options for gathering data, sharing information, and streamlining business processes that truly make it your own. Because at the end of the day, enabling seamless Zoom experiences only becomes a reality because of the applications and integrations that you create. We want to make it easy for everyone to be a developer and to create impactful solutions across the entire Zoom platform. We're here to help with our powerful APIs and SDKs and comprehensive resources to guide you as you innovate. Our service does not stop with these tools. After development, we're here to help you launch through promotions via our Zoom app marketplace and monetization opportunities. We want you to succeed because when our customers and partners succeed, their customers succeed. The possibility for creation is what today is all about. At the end of this, if you have an understanding of the following items, it will set the table for future conversations and exploration. With Zoom, there's a two-pronged approach for how development works. As a developer, you can integrate Zoom into your platform for a smooth transition between workflows. Or, alternatively, you can harness Zoom's technology and infrastructure to power your own app. Now let's explore the integration with Zoom Workplace first. Zoom Workplace combined with our business service offers all of the products and solutions needed to run a business and keep employees happy and engaged. Let's take a look at them here. There are 4 key pillars that cover 9 process areas that many businesses use. First and foremost is AI. AI Companion is paramount in our vision and will be incorporated throughout the platform, helping employees streamline their daily lives and be prepared for meetings and tasks like never before. Zoom Workplace provides employee experience solutions, including productivity and employee engagement, and workplace products such as meeting and team chat. Business Services provides AI-powered solutions for marketing, sales, customer care, with events and webinars, Revenue Accelerator, and Zoom Contact Center. And as shown in the green box at the bottom, the foundation for which we build our solutions and where you get to create your solutions is our Zoom developer ecosystem. Your role as part of the Zoom developer community is absolutely critical to personalizing the Zoom vision of working happy and bringing it to life. Now, we've talked with you, and based off your feedback, we're providing enhancements to improve both the developer and admin experience so you have more management and control. So here's what we did. We provided SDKs across our products. We've extended the Zoom Apps SDK, for example, so that you can run your app in Zoom Phone and Contact Center. We've provided you with more APIs so you can gather and share the critical data needed for your application. And finally, I'm excited about sharing something new. We've created a new connector framework so that you can build new and innovative apps that bring your data into different Zoom workflows. This expands the flexibility that you have, putting your APIs to work, even using your data in other Zoom workflows. It's very exciting. Now today, nearly 85% of all apps and integrations in our marketplace are for Zoom meetings. There are so many other possibilities given the depth of the platform. We want your app to extend to other Zoom products as well. When you build a Zoom app for meetings, it's easy to extend it and run it in Zoom webinars, team chat, rooms, phone, contact center, and more. Now, let's talk about what is possible when you use Zoom's technology to build right in your application or platform. Using our toolkit and leveraging our global infrastructure as your CPaaS provider, you can build innovative experiences with our native video, audio, screen sharing components using our video SDK. You can scale your application to reach and serve your employees and customers better. And we're here to support you every step of the way. Working closely with us allows you to help steer our developer roadmap so you can continue serving all of your needs. We're listening, and we've heard from many of you. You want to do more, especially going beyond screen sharing. Therefore, we're introducing a new co-browse SDK that will provide you with even greater controls. It will allow you to look at a web page together while also filtering out sensitive items. Early testing will be available soon, and we aim to bring this to GA in the fall. I am excited for you to explore the rest of today's content, having hopefully instilled the confidence that you have all the tools you need to design and create impactful and innovative solutions across the entire Zoom platform. And if you don't, tell us. This is a conversation, not a presentation. Making our vision of enabling seamless experience a reality starts with you. Now, thank you. Enjoy the summit. And with that, I'd love to turn it over to Tim Slagle, our head of developer relations, to join us for a fireside conversation.
Hey, everybody. My name is Tim Slagle. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be talking a little bit today about some developers on our platform who have kind of enjoyed the experience over here, and we just kind of want to have a conversation with them about what that looks like. And so today we have Ben Sesser here, who's the co-founder and CEO of BrightHire. We have Sammy Sadaka here, who is the director of engineering at Practice Better. And we have Amanda Federico here, who is from the Arizona State University. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today and taking some time out of your busy schedules. And I'm very excited to chat with you all today. I'd love to have you introduce yourselves real quick. Ben, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. So I'm Ben Sesser, the co-founder and CEO of BrightHire, based just outside New York. BrightHire is the leading interview intelligence platform. So think of it as a co-pilot for exceptional hiring. So we help everyone from startups to Fortune 100 companies improve the quality and efficiency of their hiring. And we've been at it for about 5 years, and for most of that time, we've been working closely with Zoom. So super excited to be here.
Thank you, Ben, for coming. Sammy.
Hi, thanks for having me. Director of Engineering at Practice Better. We're based out of Toronto. So Practice Better is an all-in-one practice management software solution that empowers health and wellness professionals to help their clients live better lives. So we do this by removing administrative tasks, streamlining workflows, and ultimately creating space for health and wellness professionals to be more client focused and ensure better health outcomes.
That's awesome, Sammy. Thank you for joining us today. And Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a program coordinator at NextLab at ASU. We're within ASU's enterprise technology, and our studio activates over 30 student workers to create immersive experiences for things like education and social impact. And as they do those experiences, they are learning future-ready skills such as game development and obviously utilizing the power of Zoom. So thank you for having me here today.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you all here. So, you guys have already told us a bit about your products. And so that was kind of my first lead off question, but I think we'll kind of just dig into kind of those products, how you're working with Zoom and what that's been like for you. So, I imagine as you're building an application, you probably had to have some decision points along the way. And so, as you're evaluating products and as you're trying to solve, problems that you have for either internal or for your users, how did Zoom kind of become, part of that solution for you? And what kind of really drew you to Zoom? Sammy, maybe you want to take that one first?
Sure. So, Practice Better hosts millions of telehealth sessions every year. And, every interaction point between a practitioner and a client needs to be seamless. And that's especially true for telehealth. So we were working with a vendor for years with inconsistent results. And coming out of that, we were really looking for a partner who could provide feature parity while meeting the high demands of quality and reliability that our customers require of this feature and this service. And that's where Zoom came into play for us, because from security, HIPAA compliance, reliability to high quality audio and video, it just made sense. And it's where our customers were to start off with. So the customers that weren't working with our internal integrated telehealth were using Zoom. So we obviously want to follow our customers to what's driving success for them already. And that's where we landed with Zoom.
Thank you, Sammy. I think, as we've worked together, I think we've learned that we both, we all enjoy a little bit of stability from time to time. Ben or Amanda, did you have any other thoughts to add to that?
Yeah, I could add on to that. At ASU, we launched the Zoom Innovation Lab over a year ago. And so obviously ASU already had that sort of partnership with Zoom. And the project that one of our student teams was working on was called Zoom in the Metaverse. So we had a couple of questions that we wanted to answer. How can you have video and audio conversations from inside a 3D virtual world, digital twin, gamified experience? And how can people in the real world who only have Zoom see see views from inside virtual worlds and like communicate with avatars. And so that's kind of what we were exploring. And what's really cool about Zoom, in addition to like already having that partnership with ASU, the Zoom developer site provides APIs, and in particular, the video SDK, which lets us make the connection from the Unity game engine, which is what we were using, to the Zoom platform. And so having that availability to look at those APIs and SDKs was really useful for us and definitely drew us into exploring that and using that. It has great documentation and their support for using it. And our student team was actually able to interface with Zoom developers to kind of help them learn more about how to use it. And they were like bouncing ideas off of each other. And so it was a really cool experience.
I will say that one of the more cool experiences we've had kind of working with somebody has been the ASU Innovation Center. So that's been really great to have you guys as a partner. You know, as we think about this, and as we think about, you know, how Zoom and the three of us and other people work with Zoom, and we create these partnerships, you know, obviously you can imagine we have more than 3 partnerships, but one of those things is like trying to measure like whether it's all working, right? Like, does the thing you implement, does it improve your user experience? Are your users valuing it? Those sorts of things. So, Ben, maybe you want to talk a little bit on that, on how you're kind of thinking about success as you're looking at Zoom as a partner and other partners as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I guess as a little bit of context, which might be helpful to understand how we measure success. So our product is, as I mentioned, like an AI co-pilot for exceptional hiring. So we help companies like Canva, Rippling, HCA Healthcare basically improve the quality and the efficiency of their hiring process. And a big part of that is the quality of the interviews that they run with candidates. And so that's where Zoom comes into play. And so we adopted Zoom very early because ultimately Zoom is actually an essential hiring platform. If you think about it, you know, hundreds of thousands or millions of individuals are interviewed and hired on Zoom every year. And so for our product strategy, we want to be in the flow of work and seamless with the way people are already hiring and doing this really important thing for their business. And we're an AI layer on top that helps to make it a bit better. And so, for instance, we integrate with Zoom meetings to guide interviewers in real time, automatically capture notes, so on and so forth. So we're using a range of sort of Zoom services and have done for a while. When we think about the primary metrics of success for our business and our product, you know, we want basically, you know, customers with Zoom to install our Zoom app. So we have a live meetings app that helps to improve the experience in real time. We want to successfully, you know, record interviews and transcribe them and summarize them. And ultimately, we want to see, you know, customer acquisition for ourselves, right? We want to grow our business. And so, you know, on the first 2, you know, 100% of the customers that are on Zoom install our Zoom app, which really enhances the user experience for them. You know, 99.9% of the customers that are using our product to capture interviews and summarize them have success doing that. And, you know, our usage and business has really grown, you know, kind of exponentially since we've started partnering with Zoom. You know, we've nearly 1 million candidates have been interviewed using BrightHire. And a really large percentage of those are on Zoom. And a big part of that success is the fact that Zoom is ubiquitous and used by so many of the folks that we work with, and we're able to meet them where they are in their workflow, which makes adopting the product much, much easier. So
that's a really good point. I originally framed it a little bit as, are you seeing success with your users and are your users enjoying it? But then you also kind of added in a layer of like, yeah, but internally we're also seeing a lot of success. And I appreciate you adding that angle on there. You bring up a good point that Zoom is ubiquitous. You know, Sammy or Amanda, do you feel that that is something that is added to kind of the success of these partnerships as well?
I would say absolutely. You know, like I mentioned, it's the de facto standard for most of our practitioners to start off with. So it's only natural that we would meet them there because they recognize the quality and the success they're driving from their usage with Zoom. So we want to ensure that we can bring that for them in a more integrated manner through our platform.
You know, we're kind of moving through kind of maybe a little bit of a story here, right? And we're kind of talking about the benefits of Zoom, kind of why you might look at Zoom, why the partnership between the 3 of us has been successful and fruitful for everyone involved. But then it comes to kind of the time where, you know, rubber needs to meet the road and you got to actually go and do the work, right? And so I'd love to hear from you all, maybe starting with Amanda. What was that like? And do you have any tips on kind of like, how to get started with Zoom? What was that experience like for you and your teams, and just a general overview of kind of when it came time to actually start hitting the keyboard and write some code, how did that feel?
Yeah, so this our project with Zoom in the Metaverse was pretty unique. We leveraged some skills that we hadn't really leveraged in other projects, particularly with, like cloud integration and kind of being able to transfer that information, audio and video, and being able to use that Zoom SDK. And so I think what really helped us at ASU and our student team was being able to interface with Zoom developers, and we were able to communicate with them through like Zoom chat, as well as they had meetings with them. And so that was definitely the biggest help for us and helped us, get the best out of our experience working with Zoom, as well as, like reading through that documentation that you guys have for like the APIs and SDKs. And honestly, just kind of trusting our students, and our student workers that, they're driven to learn this.
Now, maybe let's think a little bit kind of, if we could throw a stone, 6 months in the future, where would that stone land? And it's kind of like, I'd love to hear from each of you what you think the next steps are for not only your applications. Ben, you're deep in AI space and, these co-pilots, and that's really interesting. And, innovation centers are interesting. And so where do you think that not only your own, innovation is going in the future, and kind of just like what are you excited about maybe in just kind of your world? And then, how do you see Zoom playing a part in that? Maybe just some high level, let's have some cool conversation here.
Yeah. I think in some sense, it's a little bit similar to Sammy. So our mission is to give everyone the hiring experience they deserve. And, for us, that means making the hiring process work better for both companies and candidates. Similarly, we've applied AI, across the hiring process in a bunch of different ways to drive towards that. So I kind of alluded to the interview use case. We capture it, record it, we summarize it using AI, highly configurable. We create kind of candidate highlights so that people can make more sort of evidence-based, equitable hiring decisions, and hiring teams can get aligned. But we extend our workflow outside of that. So, we use an AI copilot to help you figure out what you're looking for in a new role, scope it, write the job description, come up with the whole interview plan, like, give you insights and analytics to organizations to help understand how equitably they're hiring at scale, how effectively. So there's a lot there, and we're going to kind of continue to broaden that out. As it relates to Zoom, I'm really, really excited to kind of deepen, I think, the touch points that we have with the Zoom ecosystem and the Zoom workplace overall. So phone is really interesting for us. There's a huge amount of hiring that happens over phone, scheduling. And so there's a few other use cases where, as we broaden the set of parts of the hiring process that we touch in the workflows, like Zoom will be a very important partner for that. And also, we want to be where work happens. Hiring happens day in, day out in the flow of work. And as more work happens, within the Zoom workplace, we want to be bringing more aspects of our platform into that experience so that it's extremely seamless for our end users, and ultimately, bring our solution to, I think the almost 200,000 kind of enterprise customers that Zoom has. That's a lot of opportunity for impact. So we're really excited about expanding the parts of the hiring process we touch, bringing AI to that, and then pushing it to where folks work day in, day out, which is, very often, in Zoom. So really excited for that.
Well, I think that does bring us to a close. And I think that, we've again kind of talked through this journey of just kind of how you might how you might think about Zoom, how you might use Zoom, and then where Zoom can kind of bring us in the future. And I think that's really, as we think about it, we're really just trying to be a platform of choice. And I think, Sammy, I think you touched on this a little bit, which is that, there's just so much there. And we're really excited to continue to work with 3 organizations here and all of our partner developers, out in the world as we continue to grow this platform and do all that. So Ben, Sammy, Amanda, thank you very much for joining us today. Really do appreciate your time and really appreciated the chat and the insights today. So without further ado, we'll send it back to the main stage, and I hope everyone has a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining today. My name is Michael. I work on some of our core developer experiences on our platform. And today I want to share enhancements we're working on to a few of those core experiences, notably across our developer docs. Here we go, cool. So first is something we recently shipped, an enhancement to our changelog and release notes. We want the UI and content of these to be as helpful as possible. And we were glad to ship a unified view of announcements across the platform, release notes for SDK versions, and changes to the API endpoints within our docs. And next, I want to look ahead to a big revamp we're working on for our API references. So not shipped yet, but coming in the throughout the next upcoming year, we're working to improve API organization, discovery, and dramatically improve the interface and design for the references for both endpoints and webhooks. We'll be rolling out enhanced views of our API specs iteratively to get them to you as soon as possible, starting with meetings. But please be patient. We have more than 1,300 endpoints and webhook specs that we are actively polishing for you. And then finally, we are overhauling our search bar to improve context for the search term and, excited about this, unified data sources to include not just the docs and the release notes and guides, but also API and SDK references and validated developer forum posts to bring as much of the right context to you as you're building. Just like the API references, we'll be rolling out search enhancements to the UI and backend in stages throughout the year. We know these three things are big enhancements to core experiences on our platform that you expect, and they underline our commitment to your experience building on our platform. Connect with us later today in our networking session. I'd love to take any feedback and ideas that you have.
Alrighty. Hey everyone, my name is Giani. I'm a developer advocate here at Zoom and help co-direct our developer summit this year. I'm super excited to talk to you guys a little bit more about our developer community and all the amazing things that we've been doing so far. So Michael mentioned our developer forum and all the things to come there, but I just really wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of the developer forum. It's an amazing place for community-led help and guidance, as well as we have over 1 million monthly visits, which can attest to the level of engagement on the forum. Additionally, we're really looking forward to more contribution to our public open workspace on Postman. We have hundreds of monthly forks, and we even won Best API Award this year at PostCon for the API Network Awards for the level of work and detail that we put forth there. Please continue to leave feedback and submit merge requests on our curated collections for our API references so we can continue to make them even better. Last but not least, we have our developer blog as well as our developer YouTube channel, which we're welcoming more content to. Head over to there to see developer curated content by our technical teammates across Zoom for help throughout our Zoom developer platform. And without further ado, please make sure that you are enjoying our full scope of events and sessions for today. Take a brief look at our workplace track, our build track, and those amazing sessions there. And last but not least, our apps track. Can't wait to see you all, and go ahead, go forth and get started.